Terry Kurtz On-Line flashes back to dramatized video trailers promoting novels written by Victor Valley author John Beyer.
You American tramp! Do what I say or she dies!
Please, I'll do anything you want. Just let her go.
Get on the loudspeaker! Tell the teachers to open the classrooms now!
I can't do that.
Then she dies.
The teachers won't unlock their doors. Not after seeing you and your men come onto school grounds.
Then we will have to find other avenues, won't we?
How serious is this going to get?
Depends on how serious these men are.
It's going to be pretty serious from the intel I've received from the deputies on scene. We've got over 24 well-armed men, RPGs, AK-47s. We need to get SWAT here if we have time.
This is not looking very promising.
What are we going to do if SWAT doesn't make it there on time? You two seem awfully calm for a school being taken over by terrorists.
Not at all, but this is the way of life. This terrorism is new to you Americans, but it's old to us.
Ah, the Russian philosopher.
My God! They just executed 2 children.
How do you know?
It was just uploaded to YouTube.
This is when it starts.
A killer without remorse, burning with pride and having the time of his life, Zachary Marshall is unstoppable until Detective Jonas Peters unexpectedly arrives in the midst of one of Marshall's heinous crimes. After a bank robbery goes from bad to worse and leaves 3 dead, including a little girl, Marshall finds himself the target of the most intensive manhunt Riverside, California has ever witnessed.
Thought you quit smoking.
About a dozen times in the past 3 years. Today just seemed easy to slip into old habits.
Got an extra one?
Rebecca, you don't smoke.
You're right. I can't sympathize that much.
Good.
Tell me what happened.
Is this official?
Has to be, Jonas. It's my business. I need to know that procedures were followed to the letter of the law.
You know me, Rebecca. Of course they were.
Jonas, this is bad. Not only has the department lost a fine detective, but we've got 2 dead civilians and 1 who may or may not make it. And we've got nothing to show for it. That perp just disappeared off of that roof.
We followed procedures.
Tell me then. I need to know exactly how it happened.
You can read my report.
Look, I know you guys hate internal affairs, but you gotta understand something. We don't only go after the bad cops, we try to protect the good ones. Look, I know you've been through hell today, but don't take it out on me. I'm trying to help.
Steve and I heard shots inside the bank and decided to go in.
Did you know what the shooting was about?
Not at the time, but we thought it prudent to get our asses in there before there'd be possible bloodshed. We wanted to wait for backup, but there wasn't enough time.
Jonas, the only thing that suspect shot before you got in there was the surveillance camera. That was it.
How were we to know? I thought he might start shooting up the place. It was a judgment call, Rebecca, plain and simple.
Nothing in this business is plain and simple. There's a lot of knots in this story that have to be untied before it's laid out to view. Look, I probably overstepped my authority by saying this much this early. I'll talk to you again. I am sorry about your partner.
Yeah, sure.
Screw you. I'll miss him too.
Detective Peters becomes frustrated and half-crazed as the case falters due to lack of clues and evidence. Ordered to take a vacation from the department before he drives all of the other detectives crazy with his constant tirades, he reluctantly agrees, but an innocent remark to the media changes the entire scenario. Now the hunter becomes hunted. Detective Peters takes this homicide case especially hard, having seen his own young daughter murdered during a bungled convenience store robbery years earlier. The pain of the darkness is too deep, and the spirits are waiting to remind him they will not forgive him and he cannot forgive himself. There will be no rest until Marshall is caught. Hunted, available May 18th in bookstores everywhere.
John Robert Beyer has since published the novels Operation Scorpion and Akitos, The Past Will Kill. A gifted photographer as well as novelist and author, John Beyer co-authors online articles with his wife, Lorraine Beyer, on their blog website, JNL Research and Exploration. He is also an award-winning columnist, the author of Beyer's Byways column, appearing weekly in USA Today and the Victorville Daily Press. The Beyers have also appeared in episodes of the Tales of the Frontier television series. On this date in high desert sports and entertainment history, behind the scenes of this 2012 episode of Tales of the Frontier series, filmed locally.
Ladies and gentlemen, Two Gun Family. The program you are about to see is true. No names have been changed because, well, nobody here is innocent. Return with us to the days of the Old West with the speed of light, a cloud of dust, and a hearty
I love everything about it.
Locations for the 2012 series Tales of the Frontier take us to the Lazy Lizard in Lucerne Valley, to the nearby Lazy G Ranch, to a very cold, windy, and wet early morning shoot at the Saggy B in Apple Valley's Marianas, and neighboring locations along the Mojave River, up to picturesque Big Bear and Crestline locations observed by traveling journalist John Beyer and wife Lorraine, who later joined the cast of Tales of the Frontier.
That we covered one of the episodes up in Crestline during the summer, and it was such a fun event, all-day event, that we decided to come in and do work as extras. I didn't realize how much there was into a production. I mean, my goodness, this costume took 40 minutes to put on, and we're not done yet.
And back down to Dale and Lloyd Noel's Coyote Pines outside Lucerne Valley, the nearby White Horse Ranch, Western Village, and back over to the Kemper Campbell Ranch between Victorville and Apple Valley. Upcoming flashbacks to the making of Tales of the Frontier will take us farther behind the scenes of this Western series filmed at high desert locations.